SMT Nation, we back nation. It's time that we start tearing apart the AT&T Q3 numbers and what it means for you as a customer, whether you are a wireline customer with the fiber network and or, the wireless network access as well, or maybe it's internet air that you're interested in. Regardless, this video is for you. It's going to be kind of what I consider to be kind of forward-looking and what we can expect from AT&T moving forward in your experience as a customer or a prospective customer. All right, so big Q3, the earnings were massive. They hit on all their marks, and things are looking pretty positive. And I want to tell you guys about why I think this is going to continue, and the network's only going to get better. Link for the original post from AT&T on their webpage will be provided. I'll put that in the description for you guys, and ways to support us here on the SMT YouTube channel also down there in the description as well. Okay, so where am I going with this? I just want to say the two services that AT&T offers with their traditional wireless mobility access, the service for your smartphones and such, and then the services that they offer for broadband, whether it's the fiber, AT&T fiber or DSL, or even the internet air. Okay, regardless of how you interact with this company or if you're considering them as an option or they're coming to your market soon, it's all looking pretty damn blue right now. And blue is a good thing when it's AT&T. And by that, here's my justification. Folks, they are adding customers at a very consistent and steady pace. Prior to this earnings, they had a down quarter where they only added like 340,000 subscribers and postpaid phone net adds. That was a massive dip compared to previous quarters and even to this one, right? Now that dip appears to just have been a glitch in the matrix, and it's nothing to really worry about. They're pretty much right back to what they were doing before. Over 450,000, 460,000 postpaid phone net ads. Now, why is this a good thing for you? Well, you see the fiber ads, right? They're approaching 300,000 net ads. Why is this a good thing? Well, if AT&T sees the fiber home internet as a winner, it's going to incentivize them to continue to grow with it. Whether it's the depth of the builds within existing markets or it's getting into new markets. And of course, we know what they're doing with, Gigapower, right? With BlackRock and that joint venture to build out more fiber and wholesale it and being a customer of themselves. And then for the mobility service, I think this is what's going to be key. AT&T offers a really, really good network on statewide levels, right? Across dozens of states. And it's because of that, I think AT&T is going to be motivated and incentivized to continue to upgrade the network. The 5G plus the C-band DoD combination that AT&T holds across the country, a lot of folks are down on the speed and the rate of the upgrades, while it may not be as fast as the perception of how, T-Mobile built their 5G UC network, or maybe it's not as fast as the Verizon 5G UW build, right? Maybe it's not as fast, but folks, I think it's going to be plenty good and it's going to be good enough. And I think it's just, people want to see it faster. They want to see it build more rapidly. And, they've kind of seen what, Verizon has been able to do in the last year and a half, which is incredible, right? Maybe AT&T won't build to that pace, but the pace seems to be doing pretty good. They're approaching 200 million pops, which they are, it's a foregone conclusion that they'll get that by the end of the year. And, who knows where they end up by the end of next year? 260 million pops, 250, who knows, right? 275, I don't know. It just depends on the pace. They might end up at 240, 230, we don't know. But I do think that the pace that they do adopt and utilize is going to be two things. It's going to be, at a capex that they can handle as a company, right? You don't want to take on so much unnecessary debt, just build to a pace you can deal with financially. You don't want to piss off investors. You don't want to rock the balance sheet. It's already been decimated with the whole media situation. But this is promising, folks. They are still growing. They're going to have to serve those customers and serve that growth. When you are adding 2 million customers a year, right? That's basically what they're doing, right? If they're averaging 500,000 net adds a quarter, we're talking about 2 million customers annually. And their churn rate is very low. It is quite possibly going to be industry best. It has been in the recent history for several quarters. T-Mobile kind of changing things up recently, but They're keeping their customers and they're adding new ones. You don't want to change that. You don't want to rock the boat. So in my prediction and my projection, I think this promised growth, this steady growth, consistent growth, ensures that AT&T will continue to upgrade their network and build out their 5G plus network to a level that is sustainable, effective, and can properly serve their customers. They're not going to let the network go to crap. They're not going to just let it fall apart and turn to shit just because they're growing fast. So I think this is a good indication that they're going to be willing to spend in places where they have a lot of that organic growth. The customers that they have and they're keeping, they refer to as accretive, high quality. You know, they have good ARPUs, average revenue per user, right? So because the margins are good, they're willing to service those customers. So this is all good things. Whether it's the fiber or the mobility service, folks, I think AT&T is not something you really have to worry about too much. I can speak to what they've done in Ohio, and it has been a phenomenal job dating back to the LTE days with the upgrades with FirstNet, you know, Band 14, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It has been very good. And of course, over the last year and a half with the 5G Plus, it's been excellent. And these are areas where they have DSL, where they have fiber. These services go hand in hand. They convert those customers. Those customers bundle. It's a convergence. They increase and improve the depth of the relationship. It adds money being spent on these accounts. And AT&T absolutely loves that. And those are the places they want to service. Hopefully they go to more places and they find that organic growth, you know, through the internet air service or whether it's with fiber. It's a bright future for AT&T, and I think the network will continue to show excellence and get better with time, more capacity on air, and more people enjoying these services. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Can AT&T keep up with the growth? Are they going to continue to offer an excellence in service? Or do you think that they're not upgrading and doing enough fast enough? Love to hear what you have to say. You all, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.